Most high achievers find rest to be a surprisingly stressful experience. You want to rest. You want to take a break and recharge your batteries. You know, in theory, that resting is good for you and that you'll burn out and be less effective if you don't do it. And yet, when it actually comes time to take that break, there's a voice in your head whispering, you should be working the entire time that you are trying to chill out. Here are the usual ways that you probably try to solve this problem. Way number one, you try to get enough stuff done so that you'll feel like you've earned the rest. But that enough destination never quite seems to arrive. There's always more that you could be doing. Way number two, you look for the quote unquote best self care routine, the exact right sequence of exercise and meditation and no screen time and spa treatments that will finally turn off that stressful, you should be working voice in your head. But that voice in your head just keeps chattering through all of it. And now you're in your bubble bath or on your walk worrying about the messages that you're not replying to. Or way number three, you try to make your rest time productive, to try to convince your brain that it's not rest, it's just different work. You're like, I'll take a break and reorganize my closet. But there's part of your brain that's like, fuck this, more work. I actually just wanted to rest. And since you're not really getting any rest while you do all of these things, you can feel burnout and a full mind body shutdown creeping ever closer. Now, the reason that your current rest tactics don't work is because you haven't actually convinced your brain that it's okay to rest. You know that you should think that it's okay to rest. You would advise everybody else to do it. You would tell your best friend, take a break, relax, you've done so much already. But you don't actually believe that this applies to you. So, of course, you're not going to do it. And that is totally okay, because I'm going to give you a way to actually 100% believe that it's okay to rest, a way to fully shut down that stressful voice in your mind that keeps saying you should be working every time you try to take a break. I call this employee mindset versus asset mindset. Employee mindset says that you create value through the sheer number of hours that you work and the sheer number of tasks that you complete. Employee mindset sees you as an assembly line worker in an email factory. All day long, you turn the crank and you produce knowledge work widgets, emails, documents, Slack messages, presentations, meeting agendas, Notion boards, Asana updates, etc., etc. And the more widgets you produce, the more valuable you are. So all day long, you better keep turning that crank and producing more widgets. And any breaks you take are just time wasted because you could have spent that time turning the knowledge work widget crank. Asset mindset says that you create value through the quality of your thinking. Your brain is not like a massive bicep that should be turning the widget crank as fast as possible at all hours. Your brain is an asset that produces more value the more that you invest in it. And your goal is not to produce as many knowledge work widgets as possible. Your goal is to solve problems with clear, elegant, insightful thinking that cuts through the noise and shines a light on the path forward. Especially as AI gets better and better at producing those knowledge work widgets, the quality, insight, and creativity of your thinking is way more important than how many emails you respond to or how many tasks you check off your to-do list. And when you are in asset mindset, the most important thing that you can do is invest in the asset. Give your brain what it needs so that it produces even better results. Keep the golden goose of your brain well-fed, well-rested, and well taken care of so that it lays even more golden eggs. When you see rest, not as time you could have spent turning the widget crank, but as investment into the asset, you can actually rest. You can actually step away from your work. That voice in your head that says you should be working actually turns off. You can sink all the way into whatever it is that you want to do, and you can actually enjoy it. And you can fully unplug and fully recharge any time you want, not just a couple times a year when you go on vacation. Here are the 3 skills that you need to master in order to do this successfully. Skill number 1, awareness. You need to notice when your brain has slipped into employee mindset and is refusing to let you leave the quote unquote assembly line. Skill number 2, curiosity. You need to ask your brain, why? I trust you, brain. I believe that you have good reasons here. So what's your logic? Why do you think employee mindset is the right way to look at this situation? And then skill number 3, reframing. The reality is that your brain is more like an asset than a crank-turning bicep. The reality is that your value is created more by the quality of your thinking than by the sheer number of emails that you pump out. So you have to help your brain see how that's still true, even in its current situation. If you can be aware, be curious, and do a little bit of reframing, you can fully unplug and actually rest. And even beyond that, you can invest in the asset of your mind to the fullest extent and do your best damn work and create the life that you actually want. Building those skills and building towards the life that you actually want is exactly what I do with my clients. So come talk to me and let's get started. You can drop by anytime for a no strings attached coffee chat. It's not a sales pitch or a sales call, just an opportunity for us to talk about whatever's on your mind, and I'll give you a little bit of one-off coaching and brainstorming about your situation. The link to book a coffee chat is above. Or you can also book a consult call and we can map out what a full coaching engagement might look like. We'll work on fully resting, and then we'll also work on everything you're doing when you're not resting. Because chances are employee mindset is creeping its way into your work day to day and even into the way you plan your career and approach job transitions. And switching over to asset mindset can not only help you rest better, it can also help you perform better at work, position yourself better in your career, and transition more effectively to your next role. So I want you to book your call with me, then I want you to go take a nap or take a walk and actually get some rest, and then we can talk and get cracking on all of it. The link to book a free consult call is above. Or if you're listening on Instagram, all the links are in my bio, or if you're listening on the podcast, all the links are in the episode description.